After what happened with Mike at the party, an idea started brewing. I don't think I slept much at all after the party. My mind wouldn't shut off. I kept thinking about helping Mike change out of his wet pants and SpongeBob underwear. I was also mulling over my new idea, so the following day, when I ran into Mark, I shared it with him. He got excited and decided that it was an absolutely brilliant idea. He even helped me refine it from an obscure idea into something that was totally doable. I've been fortunate enough to have had several close encounters with the diaper and wetting kind more than once now, and I have found myself presented with an emergency wetting or pooping situation where I've had to think fast to help out whoever it was. My idea, originally, was to create some sort of superhero-style utility diaper belt thing that I could wear at all times in case I found myself faced with another situation like what happened with Mike at the party or at the movies that one time. As Mark and I talked it over, we both agreed that a diaper utility belt wouldn't exactly be inconspicuous when you consider all the stuff that would need to be contained in it. Mark came up with a better idea to get one of those backpacks that has a secret compartment in it where you are supposed to keep your laptop computer. That evening, while Mark and I were in my room, talking about what sort of things to put into the emergency backpack, my sister came into my room carrying a green zippered 3-ringed binder. "Hey thief," she said. She said this because my sister and I had a bit of a tiff earlier in the day because she caught me in her room taking notebook paper out of her desk drawer. Granted, I should have asked before taking it, but she didn't need to blow it up like she had just caught me stealing the original Declaration of Independence. She tossed the zippered binder at my head and she didn't do it nicely either, but I did catch it before it collided with my skull. "Hey, watch it," I snapped at her. "You can have that, and I put 500 sheets of college-ruled notebook paper in it for you. So don't let me catch you trying to rob paper from me again," she said, and then stormed out before I could say anything else. "Whoa," Mark said, "you've got a cool sister." I, on the other hand, was feeling rather confused. I was both angry that she'd just tried to brain me with a 3-ring binder and shocked that she would do something so nice after having just caught me stealing paper from her. Yeah," I said, unzipping the binder and seeing all the paper. "Boy, you are set for the rest of high school," Mark commented. But as I had the binder on my lap and realizing that it was my sister's binder from last year, it struck me how awesome it would be to have an emergency diaper kit that would fit into something that could be disguised as a zippered 3-ringed binder. The fact that I was thinking so hard was evident, even to Mark, who kicked my shin, not hard, only hard enough to get my attention. "What?" he asked me, so I told him what I was just thinking about. "Oh man, that would be so cool," Mark said, pulling it out of my hands, "and you could still keep it in the secret compartment of the backpack just so that someone doesn't mistakenly try to look in it. Too bad it has those 3 rings in it," I said. Mark popped open the rings, took out all the paper and handed it to me without even looking at me. He was too busy checking out the binder by flipping it this way and that. "I think if we could get these 2 rivet things off, then the whole metal part should come out," Mark said, holding it open and pointing to one of the rivets. I took the notebook back so that I could get a closer look. "Nah man, they are really in there," I said, trying to pull the ring unit away from the zippered cover. "Give it back a second," Mark said, yanking it out of my hands. "Got a pocket knife or maybe even a flat screwdriver?" I can get you both. Which you want?" I asked him, already standing up and heading toward my bedroom door. "Maybe both, and a hammer too, if you got one," Mark said while continuing to examine the binder. I chuckled as I left him sitting on the side of my bed while I went scavenging for tools. The screwdriver and hammer I found in the junk drawer in the kitchen. The pocket knife I got from off my brother's dresser. He wasn't home. For the first time since his surgery, he'd gone out with some of his friends, and besides, I knew, unlike my sister, he wouldn't mind that I was in his room. It took Mark only 2 minutes to pop those 2 rivets and remove the whole 3-ringed until from the cover. "Oh man Mark, you are a wizard," I said, feeling around the inside of the spacious zippered cover. It was easy," he said, which I knew wasn't the truth because I'd just watched him do it and it had looked extremely difficult to do. Right about then, Dad stepped into my room wearing his overcoat. "Hi boys," Dad said. "Hey Dad," I said. "Oh, hi Mr. Riddle," Mark said. Dad reached up to his hat, pulled off a partial handful of snow and threw it at Mark. "Oh no, that's cold," Mark said as he recoiled backward across my bed. "Sorry to be the one to tell you, Mark, but you're going to have to stay here tonight. The roads are horrible out there. I saw 5 accidents on my way home." "I better call my mom then," Mark said. "No need, she just called here looking for you. I told her we'd let you sleep in the garage," Dad said, trying to throw snow at me but missing by a mile. "Whoa, I got to sleep in the garage?" Mark said gullibly. "Dude," I said, hitting him with the notebook cover as he sat back up. Dad was kidding. I then looked at Dad. You were kidding, right, Dad?" Dad cocked one eyebrow as he said, "Oh, I suppose you can sleep inside."